everything was done correctly, in theory, we should be live.
You can say
Leave
yeah.
Yes, we indeed leave a.
Yippee!
Took a little bit to get it to go, but it go.
It's
Yep.
been a whole year.
Yeah, it's been a
I
year since I've seen
know!
you. Wowee.
I can't believe we're doing the bit.
It's a good bit.
New year, you know what that means.
Do tell.
I haven't.
A pun.
Ah. Yes, where's my...
Oh, no.
Perfect. There's my phone. Let's grab one from the catalog here.
Oh, yeah, I just realized it's been exactly a month for me of me not playing D&D.
You know, it's hard to explain puns to kleptomaniacs. They always take things literally. My wife said I don't understand the science behind human cloning. Me. That makes two of us. Oh, but wait, there's more. Imagine if Americans switched from pounds to kilograms overnight. There would be mass confusion.
My God.
Yeah. That actually happened.
Wait, really?
It was way back in like the 1920s or 30s. There was an effort to actually move America to the metric system, and like various smaller towns all over the country actually started changing their signs to metric, but then the whole thing was blocked by Congress. But there's actually some signs still on parts of America that are in metric from that era of things trying to be changed around.
And I see that Yelling has redeemed something else, but before I get to that, hey Zell, hey Bubba. Thanks for stopping by. We're just getting started here. Doing the usual stuff. But...
Hello.
Ara, Yell. Ara,
And oh, please no. Please
And then
no.
we got 1, 2, 3,
Yeah,
4,
let's
5 more puns. Okay.
Why, Bubba, why?
You know, I had something I was gonna... You know, I could still bring it up while I'm looking through puns.
For the ones I missed,
Just to laugh.
there... Before I get to that, so my Weekend Odyssey group is going into the post game now, and they have decided to do things diplomatically because one of them married Valis and became king of Mitros. You know, if I had a nickel for every time a paladin became king of Mitros and married Valis, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it's happened twice. I mean,
is it weird though?
he's technically a paladin warlock, but he is paladin, so here we are.
I mean, have you seen Valis?
It's
Wife
true.
material.
It's very true. There was a Roman emperor who never aged after he turned 19. His name was Constantine. Let me see. Okay, this is a character idea that I saved, but I think it's also a pun. Shitty character idea. Paladin who has made an oath to protect their local library and is now on a quest to find a book that the big bad evil guy borrowed that is now past its due. Oh no, wait, I think I just saved this in the wrong area. I thought there was a pun mixed in there. My apologies. Sad news. I broke up with my girlfriend Lorraine because I was seeing another girl named Claire Lee. But the good news is that I can see Claire Lee now Lorraine is gone.
That's so bad.
Negative 50.
The joke was funny, but the setup could have been better.
It was a bit wordy, the setup. Oop. Oh, there we go. I just texted my girlfriend Ruth and bluntly told her that it's over between us. That's me. Ruthless.
You can't see me, but I'm shaking my head.
What do you call a sick eagle? Illegal.
Mm.
And then we got one more.
That shouldn't be as funny as it is.
I honestly think that was funny.
That shouldn't be as funny as it is.
Go
No, I'm not going to go there.
And our last pun for the time being. I just watched a documentary about beavers. It was the best damn program I've ever seen.
I get it.
Oh, that took me a minute.
Yeah.
2 points.
Right, and let's
The
start.
damn
Yep.
program.
Unrelated on character ideas, I still like my idea of like. I had the idea for a paladin character who was also basically had the charlatan background. The whole idea is that like he worships a fake duke and goes around into the cities that the party visits and just tries to act like a city guard on behalf of this duke and just starts like handing out tickets and shit to people until he's made.
Okay.
One of my coworkers told me one of his wild ass character concept that he did. Literally, his character was searching for a person that killed his parents, and like throughout the entire campaign, they never found him, and then they got near they finally found a person, and what he did, he gave the dude 200 gold. And their party was trying to figure out what the fuck was that for. And he said, well, I owe this man money. I paid him for a job that needed to be done. So I paid him to kill my parents for me. I was like, what the fuck?
I heard of that plot line.
Hmm.
It's a pretty good like. I'm trying to figure out like remember what the phrase, but like just a shift in expectations.
Okay. But I think that's... Well, let me check. Is the ad going? Nope, the ad is gone. So if everyone's ready, how about we hop into this thing, huh?
Yes.
Right. And I'm going to change... I did something different this time with setting up this room. I'm going for some more theater of the mind stuff instead of handouts. I mean, I still have handouts, obviously, but let me swap to the next scene. Well, the first scene, technically. Where art thou? Actually, you know what? I'll have you guys just roll really quickly initiative to see who's going first. I don't have your tokens on the thing, obviously, but just so we can see who is in waking up in their room first.
Should it be initiative or just a flat D20?
Just a flat d20, actually. That's a good point.
Goddamn.
Well, we know who's going first.
Roll20 knows how excited I am for this character.
Hey, the rest of us are all next to each other.
Yeah.
Yep.
Aside from the 20, it's just like one after another.
Actually, it kind of makes sense.
Alright, so we'll start with Anat Putalin. You awaken in a small, simple room with sparse furnishings. The creaking metal bed is lined with paper-thin mattress and crinkly sheets. The scratchy blanket does little to ward off the chill of the wintry mountain climate. Next to the bed is a small stand with a single drawer that you have taken out and taken apart. In the corner are two metal chairs and a table. All furniture is bolted to the ground. A small festering hole in the corner that occasionally gets washed down with water serves as your only lavatory. There are no windows in the room, and the door is securely locked at all times. Describe your character for Chad.
You guys see a 5'3", 130-pound human female with cloudy blue eyes, pale skin, and blonde hair. Her hair goes. Oh, she basically has short hair as well.
All right. And as you're getting up, you hear a knock at the door as a woman you're very familiar with at this point, Nurse Kanara, comes in and allow me to show you what she looks like. She's a dark-skinned woman, short hair, wearing the white uniform that most nurses and orderlies here do. And as she comes in, she's bringing your new change of clothes for the day and your medication, which she puts on the table over there. And she says, "Good morning, sweet Annette. It's time for your morning medication, regular as can be." Well, I suppose I would put your clothes in the drawer, but I see you've dismantled it again. You really need to learn to put things back the way you had them before.
What purpose was that fix then?
Well, you can't use the drawer if it's on the floor. In
But
pieces.
how would I know how it works if it was 9 pieces?
I suppose that's fair enough. I guess I'll just put this on the table then next to the medication. Be sure to dress with care this morning. If you'd like, you could roll an insight check on her, or you could just let her go about her way. That's your prerogative, I suppose.
Curiosity! No!
7. Not just a normal day. You're getting your meds, you're getting your clothes, and then it's off to breakfast before you take your treatment. As is the norm.
Meds.
What'd you say?
Never mind. I take the meds.
Alright. Normal as can be, they give you a glass of water, take it, and as you're getting your clothes on, a sewing needle and some thread rolls out from it. It seems they were tucked into the clothes for you to find, as well as a note. And I will share that note. Everyone is going to get this note, so let me try to make this as viewable as possible with everyone. If you'd like, you can read that out loud.
I can't do this anymore. I've seen what happens to patient that gets the vision injection. It's not just nightmares. I believe they are actually seeing something, going somewhere. The stories are too similar. Eventually, they don't come back. Their minds just stay trapped there forever. All 13 of you in my wing are next. I just can't let the good doctor use you for his twisted research. You have to escape. I can't do much. They're watching me so closely and told me to take tomorrow off. This is my last time to interact with you before the treatment. Take what I hidden here for you. Make sure they don't find it or all will be lost. I given the same to the others in this wing. Maybe you can work together. If you run into trouble, find Dr. Casey. I think you can trust her. She told me she would be here today. Your injection is scheduled for this evening. If you can escape, come find me in Wakeport at the base of the mountain. and I can help you from there. I wish I can do more. Good luck.
Also, not listed there, there is a PS. Maybe when this is all said and done, I can teach you how to sew and mend some of the things that are broken and torn. I think you'd like to follow the pattern of the threads. And as you contemplate the note you have been given, we move on to our next patient. Oops, sorry, go ahead.
You said I also get a sewing needle and thread?
Yes, a sewing needle and thread.
Okay.
Now, on to our next patient. Raphael. Describe your character as you're waking up in your room.
I can't look. I can't look. Everyone's just a dead child. Why? She contemplates to herself, and realizes it kind of fruitless trying to do anything about it. Sorrowfully, with tears welling in her eyes again for the 5th time in the last 5 minutes, she's just trying to exist in her cell.
Okay, but I did ask you to describe your character.
Yeah, I know. With her dark black hair still somehow on her, with all of the tearing and crying that she's been doing, her dark brown eyes pooled with all the sadness that she's feeling all at once. Is that sufficient enough?
I think so. And
Okay.
as with the previous patient, Nurse Kanara comes in with your medication and your clothes. And she greets you. Oh, sweet Aya, you're obsessing again, I see. She looks at you, existing distraught, trying to make do with your current situation. Well, I've brought your medication. Hopefully this helps somewhat. And I'll put your clothes in the drawer so you can dress up and be ready for breakfast and the treatments. Nurse Oops, sorry, go.
She's afraid to look up because once she looks up, all she sees, instead of a nurse, a middle-aged nurse, all she sees is a child with eyes like missing, crying for help. For like every single time that she has seen since just before coming here. She tries to grab the uniform without looking, so she doesn't see more than she wants.
And as you do, something clatters out of the uniform as you weren't looking. It appears to be a necklace, and the same note that Hoshi has already read out. Additionally, yours has P.S. I know that Farah Gillian Blythe would have wanted a better life for you than this, sweet Aya. I hope your heart can find peace with the future.
She reads it. She puts on her uniform, looks at the note, and is swaying back and forth in her cell.
Do you take your medication or not? I would say that the medication has probably helped a bit. Like, you still see your children in everyone, but it makes them less ghastly when you take it.
Then I'm taking the medication.
They look more normal. Which still kind of hurts, but it's better than the alternative. Right, and next would be Rakev Loculus. If you'd like to describe your character, Shaco.
Give me a second.
Okie doke.
Also, Draco, I sent you a thing. Do you want it?
Um,
Would it be useful? The thing that I sent?
I don't know. Where did you send it? As a direct message?
In art.
Oh, in art. Okay.
What you think?
Why?
But for the other ones, since technically.
Okay, I think I see where you're getting at. I did have art for the other ones. I mean, they're all the same one, but it works for our purposes.
Okay.
Okay, I'm
I
good.
wasn't sure.
All right.
Rakev, has just been kind of sitting in his bed for a while now. Legs crossed, hands kind of folded in his lap. Pale skin, relatively built for his age, being kind of middle-aged, 6'2", 215, brown eyes, very pale skin and hair, kind of like, think of like the friar cut, like bald in the middle, and then you have like the ring of hair along the edge, and kind of like a little like small ponytail almost tied in the back. And he's just patiently sitting there. Kind of has a very, like, non-discriminate look on his face.
We'll say, Rakev, because you are a very observant man, you knew that today was going to be a bad day for all of the patients in your wing. It's time for them to take the treatment, yourself included, that they never seem to come back from. It's not going to happen at the beginning of the day, you know this, from what you've observed from other patients who have taken the mycelium injections, but it's coming today. And as you contemplate this, Nurse Kanara comes in. Hello, sweet Rakev. I have your medication and your clothes for the day. Same as every day.
Yeah, same as every day. Though I fear today more than others. Omens a black letter, shall we say.
Well, you know what I say? I find that once I've gotten dressed and eaten for the day, I can face even the toughest challenges, if you catch my meaning. You could roll an insight on her if you'd like.
Yeah, sure.
With a 15, she seems to be a little on edge, and that statement, put on my clothes and prep for breakfast. Clothes. Could there be something in the clothes for you? Something different about them, perhaps? She's
He
not being
raises
direct.
an eyebrow.
Hopefully today won't go as bad as you think it will. I'll see you for the next, I'll see you next time I see you, I suppose. And she, walks out the door, leaving you with your medication and your clothes.
He'll start searching the clothes.
As you search, you find the previous note that has been read. In addition, you find a pen. The bottom of the note's PS for you. I think perhaps you might have made a wonderful physician if circumstances were different. Maybe with better treatment, you can find a new passion, sweet Rakev.
Raquel takes the pen, and assuming he has like some parchment or whatever in the room, will just start making notes.
They tend to have like set periods of time when you have free time to properly write things, but they don't keep a pen with you. So this is obviously unusual and different from the norm. You finally have a pen to just write whenever you feel like. And that makes things a lot easier for you.
Given that he knows the weight of what today is, I think it's one of those things that he kind of realizes this is unusual.
Mhm. And as you contemplate that, we move on to our last patient of the 13. Eppo, describe your character.
Before you see the before people would see the patient, you may just hear like humming or whistling coming from the cell. You would see a man, looks a lot younger for his age, but a 29-year-old standing at a short 5'2", 150 pounds, with striking blue eyes, tan skin, kind of a little past the shoulders, like curly black hair. Eppo's just always seems to have a very positive disposition, despite the more dreary environment. He somehow always keeps a smile on his face.
And as you are excitedly waiting, you know that Nurse Kanara is going to be coming with your medication and clothes, and it'll be time to start this brand new day. And sure enough, in she comes with the medication and your clothes. Sweet Eppo, it's time to get ready for the day.
Oh. Hello, nurse. What a lovely day it is.
Indeed it is. Well,
Is something bothering you? You seem a little, dare I say, a little more down than normal.
oh, it's nothing too serious. I just think you should get your clothes, take your medicine, and prepare for the day. It's just like any other day. You can also roll an insight on that.
Mm-hmm. 10.
Well, you did clock that she did seem on edge, but you're not exactly sure why. But, I mean, you got your medicine here, you got your clothes, and she's gonna walk out with a feigned smile on her face. That's clear with the insight, even with it being so low. And as you put on your clothes, out flops a comb and the note. Yours has, in the PS note, I won't be able to comb your hair for you anymore. You'll need to be a good friend to all the other Purple Wing patients, just like you always are. They need you today. Be careful, my sweet Eppo.
Upon reading that note, there's a small, twinge in his eye. It's like, is she not good? And he's just thinking to himself, is she not going to be around anymore? But she's always so nice to me and to the others. It's gonna be concerning. This isn't happy at all. No, you gotta control yourself. She told you whenever you get these feelings, it's good to just take a breath and take the medicine. Yeah, you'll be fine. She said it's always gonna be fine. She said it's just gonna be another day, another happy day.
And if you like, you can reread the note while you're taking your meds, see if there's anything you might have missed in there. But it's pretty direct. And
Yeah, I think it's mainly just psyching himself so he doesn't, like, I guess try not to psych himself out and get overwhelmed.
gotcha.
But he knows something's going to be up, but he's just going to try to keep it together.
That's fair. Question for all of our patients. Do you hide the note after you've read it and taken your item?
Yes. I'm going to hide my note.
Mm-hmm.
We don't really have pockets to hide it.
No, but you do have a drawer that you could put it in. Well, some of you have a drawer. Those of you that haven't dismantled your drawer.
Looks over. I mean, what? No, that would be crazy.
I dismantled the paper.
I was thinking of doing the same.
Hmm.
Just ripping up the paper.
Fair enough.
I'm not ripping it, I'm dismantling it.
Yeah.
With the needle.
Oh, sorry. With the needle?
It's an interesting process, but eventually it gets torn to a point where it could not be legible. Chaka, what about Rakev? Does he hide the note or destroy it in some way?
I think considering that he knows what's about to happen, the question would be whether everybody else that's not a patient would know that he knows what's about to happen. So I think just to play it safe, he would get rid of it.
All right. So you hide it the best you can in your room, and one by one to all of your rooms, as is the norm. In walks an orderly. Let me grab his art, because there's a very specific orderly. Oops, that's the wrong.
Could I just correct what I said a little bit?
Sure.
I feel like with all the crying that's happening, she's probably crying into the paper,
Fair
treating it
enough.
like a tissue.
Fair enough. The head orderly comes right on time, as usual. Orderly Forston. He comes on in. All right, it's breakfast time. Get on out here against the wall. You know the drill. And you all, unless any of you want to give him any lip about it, go up line against the wall, each and every one of the patients from the Purple Wing, while he comes and grabs everyone to be brought to the dining commons.
Can I poke him?
You can. He would be a little annoyed by it, but you certainly could. Keep your hands to yourself, you crazy. Look, let's just get y'all to breakfast, and then we have your treatments to get to. Time's a-wasting. All of you know from the time you spent here, Forston doesn't ever really seem to smile. He glares, he punishes anyone who he perceives as disrespecting him. He's a very curmudgeonly sort, but once all of you are gathered up, he takes you to the second floor for the dining commons. The dining area is walled-off concrete room with barred windows along the top border of the room. Long tables with benches all bolted to the floor stretch the length of the room. Food is served on trays from a small slot in the window that connects to the dining commons to the secured kitchen. The line is kept in order by the orderlies, including Forston. All of the patients, of course, yourselves include, have patches sewn into their uniforms to indicate where they are in the hospital. All of you, of course, being the purple patients. And all of the patients of the same wards sit near each other. And as all of you gather at the table with your 13 fellow patients, well, there's 4 of you. It's a total of 13. You are free to discuss what's going on. You find that all of the patients have gotten a unique item with their note. There's one patient in particular that everyone seems to take his words. He is a very old man. He's got brown eyes, tanned, wrinkled skin, and dark, thin hair. He is the self-appointed elderly sage of this hospital. He has been able to predict patients vanishing, but no one is quite sure if he's actually able to predict things, or if he's just making lucky guesses, or he's just very observant. However, everyone listens because he might be able to predict the future. And, everyone, I imagine, would want to get his take. He thinks for a moment, and he looks up at you. We must escape this place before the 13th hour. Once the bell chimes 13, we have no hope of survival.
Any thoughts on how to do that?
Well, we're going to need to figure things out. It's possible that we might be able to glean something during our treatment. Keep an open eye. During free time, we could probably discuss a bit more freely. We're being watched, of course. He side-eyes towards the orderlies, who, aren't listening into your conversation, obviously, but they are keeping a watch of all the patients, making sure there's no funny business. And they could potentially hear things if you're not quiet enough. There's one patient at your table who just keeps counting from 1 to 13 over and over and over again after hearing the dark prophecy from Sursum. He seems to be really hammering that home in his own head. And of course, everyone here is quite mad in various levels of rambling. Some saying that the food is poisoned and you'll be dead in an hour if you eat it, but they say that every day and it's never been true, so you just sort of ignore him. There's a patient talking about church bells and clock tells, and he repeats that over and over again with intersperses of la 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 la.
What to do.
Let's see. And we're all fairly close to each other, correct?
Yeah.
I think Atbo's just gonna look at the three near him, which I assume would just be, the others here in the call.
Yeah.
It's like, what do you all think about this? Doesn't, that's quite a foreboding thing to hear on this lovely morning.
Probably trying to figure a way to get out of here. Best route least passive resistance. What's the weak spots in security? Where's the strongest?
There is.
Probably.
Go ahead.
We probably need to know where the exit is as well. And what's the security on that as well?
Sursum will chime in. There's probably blueprints somewhere. But again, best not to talk too deeply about it here. We'll wait till the free period, where we can be a bit more careful with our words and plan properly.
Above game, I posted something in memes. The first thing I thought of when I heard that everybody's mad in here. There's just some guy. There's just some guy in the corner muttering about trains and just like, they're always departing, but they never arrive.
Yeah. Yeah, he's from the Red Ward. The guy talking about trains. Alright, so after breakfast is eaten, we move on to treatment. Led, of course, by the good doctor. Oh wait, right. I keep forgetting. I keep going into chat's view to try and grab a handout that I don't have there. There you are. The good doctor. He's an older, dark-skinned man with perfectly square glasses, a gray beard that stretches from his sideburns down to the bottom of his chin and connects to his mustache. He's, what's the word? He's a bit patronizing, condescending, a little cold. He claims to try to be trying to help everyone, of course. And whenever anyone is in pain or displeasure from the treatments, he expresses some, like, an attempt at pity, but you can see without an insight that it is it is all an act. And for your treatment today, you will experience 2 different treatments. I'm going to roll a d4 for one, and I want each of you to give me a number between 1 and 4. We'll start with, we'll use the d20 rolls from before, so Anat, number between 1 and 4.
I pick number 3, my lord.
Number 3. Good number. And I rolled 2. We will start with 3, though, because that was your guess. You are led, Anat, to the surgical ward. White curtains separate operating tables and chairs with stands for various surgical instruments of the operators. Various lights on poles and mechanisms ensure that the surgical beds, with all of their restraints, are well lit from all angles. Tables are filled with knives, blades, vials, and surgical tools of all kinds. And now I am going to roll a d2 to see what surgery you will be getting today.
Oh, good.
One is worse than the other, but we'll see what the d2... You were saved from the worst one. Annette, I need you to make me a DC 15 con saving throw. As you're getting an appendectomy.
What is that?
You're getting your appendix removed.
The funny part is, I've had that surgery.
And if you think that's bad, the other option was lobotomy.
Oh,
I kind of thought so.
So that's a 5. You take 5 poison damage from the surgery as you get an infection. If you made
I've
the save,
also
it'd
had
be
that
half.
happen to me. It's not fun.
Mm. Sorry, go ahead.
Off-topic tangent real quick. So I had appendicitis my first year of high school, literally right before spring break. So I went in, had the surgery, and then had an abscess after the fact. So I had to spend another weekend in the hospital having that drained. So that was fun.
Ooh.
I missed like 3 weeks of school.
Oof. I realized I forgot to switch the scene for the surgery and all of the other treatments that are happening.
Oh.
There we go. For some reason... Okay, there it goes. It just took a while for it to load for chat. Alright, so your next treatment for the day, Anat, is hydrotherapy. Large water tanks and freezers are connected to tubs of various sizes, with odd lids and slots shaped for heads to stick out of while the body remains submerged. Lining the walls are barrel-like buckets, with neck indentations on one side. One corner of the room contains a massive boiler, and the opposite corner has large pipes pumping in icy cold from outside into a freezer. And now I roll a d3 to see what your hydrotherapy for today is. Okay. And once roll20 decides... Oh, number 3! It's, I need you to roll once again, a DC, but, con, but this time it is DC 14 as you're getting waterboarded. That is an actual thing in this area. You could have had bath shock rotation, head dowsing, or waterboarding. Okay.
Jeez.
Yeah,
I know you told me about it, but still, every time, it's just...
yeah. So, good news, because you made the save, you do not suffer 1 level of exhaustion. But it is not a pleasant experience, understandably so. But you managed...
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I've been waterboarded before. I know the feeling.
Ooh.
Wait, what?
Yeah, huh?
Hmm.
That's story right
What? Wait,
Don't you guys remember when Hoshi's job is above game?
Yeah. Yeah. That makes sense.
I don't think he needs to say anything more right now.
This one shot's becoming way too real right now.
Yeah. I mean, listen, you're in an insane asylum where, with questionable treatment methods, for the time period that it's clearly trying to ape, it's accurate, but it's fucked.
This is a fun time to mention that my stepdad actually legit worked in a mental hospital for a little while. I'm not kidding.
No.
I've also previously worked at a mental hospital, but that was eons ago. That's partially why I'm like, what like necklaces, pens, like this would never have happened. Like necklaces is a super risky thing to give a patient because they could off themselves with it.
Yeah.
Again,
You wouldn't get a pen because they could gouge someone with it,
They
or
could
hurt
stab
someone with
or
it.
themselves.
again,
Same thing with the needle.
we're getting real here. Then we don't need to be.
Yeah, but, hey, Aya, it's your turn. Number between 1 and 4.
I forgot I was Aya for a moment.
Yes.
2.
2. Okay. And I will roll to see. Oh, I forgot to, have, you do something, Not, roll investigation while you're going through your therapy to see if you can pick up on anything while you are basically getting tortured.
Me?
No, not.
Okay, I wanted to clarify.
Roll what?
Roll investigation.
Investigation, not perception?
Nope. Investigation specifically is listed here.
Damn it. Okay. Bye.
Okay. Yeah, it's a little hard to pick up on things while getting waterboarded and getting your appendix removed, understandably.
Yeah.
Alright, and, I'm sorry, Yell, what did you say again you were picking?
2.
2? Okay. Number 2. And I got, okay. It's time for more hydrotherapy. Let's see what you've won.
Oh god.
1d3.
And I need to do a constitution save?
Depends on what it is. Okay, that's 2. This time you're getting head dousing. Water is being rushed on your head, and yes, it is a con save for this one. DC 14, or you're taking 1d4 psychic damage.
Oh god.
Okay, 1d4 psychic damage. Half on a success. Okay, not too bad, just 1 damage. Roll investigation. If you'd like to see if you can
Okay.
pick up on anything in the room. Okay, 20. Not bad. You do notice the
Doc
good
20, let's go.
the good doctor's clipboard on a table while you're getting your head doused in water, and you do manage to read something. It's hard with the water rushing, but you see December 10th, Red Patient 122 reported witnessing a glimpse of some creature infinitely dark as a void. Could have potential. Symptoms worsening rapidly. In addition, you see this as well. Red Patient 122 did not return from the vision this morning. Potential lead lost. Need a bridge. Whatever that means. And I rolled a 4 for your second therapy of the day, which is fluid balancing. Stretchers with restraints line the room, with various instruments of cutting, burning, and internal prodding. The adjoining wall with the hydrotherapy room on the left connects to a massive boiler furnace containing hot branding irons and pokers. Tables are filled with knives, blades, vials, and surgical tools of every kind. You could have blistering, induced vomiting, or bloodletting. Let's find out what today's therapy is. 1d.
Should I give a number as well?
No, I'm just gonna roll the d3 for this one. Number 3, it's good old-fashioned bloodletting. As you get cut and some of the blood comes out, I need a con save once again from you, DC 14. Or you're taking 1d4 slashing damage. Okay, so you'll take half of this. You can't half one,
Good.
so you're just taking the 1.
Okay. I'm somehow being relatively tanky today.
Right?
Someone has to be.
Huh?
Someone has to be.
Yeah, fair.
Right. That will bring us to Rockev, number between 1 and 4.
Fuck it, let's go 1.
Okay, and then I'll have to re-roll, but that's interesting. Okay. You get shocking and fever induction. Various stretchers with restraints are surrounded by needles and IV tools are scattered about the room. And a small boarded room is set up as a sauna. The stretcher bends slightly upward with a brace for the head. Leather straps ensure that whoever is strapped here will not move an inch. A corner of the room contains upright chairs with thicker, stronger restraints hooked with thick tubing into a magical device that funnels electric magic. Oh, this is actually a d4 to roll, so... Number 3, you will be getting insulin injections. I need a DC Con 16 save, or you're taking 1d4 bludgeoning damage. Okay, well, I am rolling Garbo, which is great, honestly, for you. You're only taking, like, 1 bludgeoning damage. And your next therapy, we're going back to fluid balancing. Roll 1d3. And this time we're going for 1. You are getting blistering, where your body is going to be burned to make blisters come up and to let fluid out of the blister to try and bleed the insanity out through blisters. I need a DC Con 14 save, or you're taking fire damage, half as much on success. Okay, so that is 1 fire damage. I'm sorry, that is 4 fire damage. I shouldn't have said anything. Okay, and I believe that just leaves Eppo.
Do you want me to do the
Oh,
investigation
yes,
check
do an
as well?
investigation check, yeah.
16.
Okay, with a 16. You see the previous entries that were stated. In addition, December 12th, red patients 23, 31, and 47 did not return from the vision this morning. Females tend to demonstrate a longer resilience to the vision. Okay, and now, Eppo, a number between 1 and 4.
What number hasn't been picked yet?
Let's see, 1, 2.
think
I think everything has been picked at least once, but there's
4 is still left, I think.
No, we've done 4. We just did 4. And there was 4 before that. But each room has, like, different therapies that are possible.
Let's go number 1.
Right, number 1, we're going through the shocking and fever induction. So let me roll to see what you are encountering. Oh, did it get stuck in there? Eh. I'll try to re-roll from the dice. There we go. That is... We already got that one. Let's be fancy. Ah! Electroshock! I need DC 14 con save, or you're taking 1d4 lightning damage. As you were strapped in a chair and lightly shocked. You can't take half of 1, so just 1. And... Wow, that one's getting really popular today. I wanna... Yeah, we'll just go through with that one. Fluid balancing, once again. Let's see. There's only one that we haven't done with fluid balancing, so I'm going to make the executive decision for that. Induced vomiting. I need a DC Con 14, or you will suffer 1 level of exhaustion on a failure. Okay, you're perfectly fine. It is a horrible experience retching up this bile and stomach acid from your breakfast not too long ago. But eventually, you're done, and you can move on to your free time in the recreation room. Do you want to roll the investigation check?
Yes. 18.
Okay. With an 18 on the clipboard, it seems he has flipped through some things. Today's date... I don't have it listed exactly what today's date is, but it is December. Purple patients will be heading to the basement for mycelium treatment. Short bit after free time. And you think to yourself again, you remember Sursur's word, or Sursum rather, his prophecy mentioning the 13th hour. There's not really a 13 on a clock. You wondered well, not out loud, but to yourself, what exactly does that mean? Is that 1 p.m.? Who could say? But You're let out, and you're all brought to the recreation room, which is significantly nicer than all the treatments. I'm not going to move you to that room, but I am going to change the music from this to just the ambiance. All right.
Apple's gonna try to find Sursum as soon as he can.
Mm.
But trying to casually play it off as just like him, Apple trying to fix his own hair and just trying to see like, oh, I'm gonna have Sursum kind of like help with my hair because it kind of got a little frizzled by being electrocuted.
So, in the recreation room, the various games and activities are mostly tactile puzzles, like one would find in a place for young children. All items are too big to be a choking hazard, and too soft to be weapons. Colored blocks of soft wood, oversized puzzles, dolls, squish soft balls, and chess and checkerboards with larger, softened pieces. The Purple Wing patients have gathered around the blocks and dolls, apparently making a map of sorts. Sir starts combing your hair and mentions, "Glad you could join our game. We worried the morning treatments would make you too tired. We're just playing a little game of hide-and-seek with the dolls here. The dolls can't get out the front door. There are too many checkers there. They might be able to get the checkers to move, or they'll have to find another exit."
Well, that's very fun, but what if like this were to happen? Let's say, what would happen if the checkers took the dolls over here and just kind of like playing the game, but making it like relaying the information to like relaying the information like we're going to be taken to the basement, like letting them know that.
We should definitely try to avoid the dolls should definitely try to avoid the basement at all costs. Perhaps before free time ends, the dolls could explore there and find clues, but it's a very risky move to make. There are a lot of dolls, 13 to be precise, so we'll probably have to split them into groups to search the different floors and find whatever they need. One of the other men, let me grab... Where is... I want to say it's... Not you. Not you. Ah, here he is. 34-year-old man, 5'4". He's got inky brown eyes, ashen gray skin, and reddish curls. He picks up one of the dolls and states, "This doll, right here, overheard a checker talking about a floor plan. It might be in the Checkers Lounge on the first floor of the dollhouse." And,
Seems like a good plan. Which group of dolls do you think should go?
That is a good question. It'll have to be the
Just kinda
craftiest dolls, either the sneakiest or one of the dolls will have to make a distraction to move the checkers out of the way, I would imagine.
I think as this like game has gone on, Eppa would have like handed a doll to everyone here just to kind of like help with the planning. So
Yeah.
it's like, oh, we need this group of dolls, they can basically, point and help guide us to like what we need to do.
Our group of dolls.
Would Aya be able to figure out what's being put down?
I think so. It's without even making the insight check, it's quite clear that you all, the patients, are the dolls, and checkers are the orderlies and guards that are around. Doctors, nurses, etc. And they're saying that we'll need to form groups. Since there's 13 of you, there will be multiple groups of 4, 3 groups of 4, and 1 of 5. Or no, 2 groups of 4 and 1 of 5. And they're basically going to break down. You guys can choose one of the whatever floor you would like to explore when you manage to get out of here. There's probably going to have to be a distraction, but there are 4 floors. The 3rd floor, which is where all the treatments happen. The 2nd floor you're currently on, that has the rec area, the kitchen, and the dining commons. The 1st floor, where all of your rooms are, as well as the lobby and the staff room. And last but certainly not least, there's the basement, that has the offices, the crematorium, and where the mycelium treatment takes place, the injection treatment room. One of the other patients mentions that they also heard talk of a sewer grate that could potentially lead out. Of course, in the framing of dolls.
And above game, we'll need the floor plan in order to find that exit, correct?
Yeah, for the drain access and the sewer grate, you're probably going to need to get the floor plans to figure out exactly where that is. At this current moment, you just know there is a way to get to the sewer somewhere in this building without the floor plans.
All right, team. What do we think? If we want to talk about above game, what?
So, I'm thinking is we can actually be the ones to go for the plans. I know I'm pretty sneaky.
And Chaco, how confident are you on sneaky?
How does a +6 to stealth sound?
Pretty good.
I also have a +6 to stealth.
I'm not very sneaky, but I have cough cough tricks that can get us out of trouble if needed. So I think we actually
I am not stealthy at all. Don't look at me.
I mean, you could also have someone run a distraction, but they would have to escape.
It might be best if we all like stick together for like these phases of the plan. That's just what I'm thinking. Like, because if someone causes a distraction, the orderlies are going to be on them. And if we're all going to try to make it out, we should at least try to stick together as much as we can. So maybe we can ask some of the other people to do it.
All right. The others decide to take the other floors. I'm going to say the group of 5 is going to take the basement. That way they can divide and conquer easier. And since no one's going to be there until the treatment happens, they feel like they have the best time. Okey-doke. Right, and while you're discussing this and you're getting your plan together, you hear a commotion from... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Is it possible to do a history check on the land, like the asylum itself? See, like, what I might know about its history to see if there's anything historical we can exploit.
I don't think there's anything you'd be able to pick up on. Yeah, no, there wouldn't be anything as a patient that you would know about the history of this place. From the inside.
What about me?
Like, from the outside in, because Unlike most at Solitude Heights, Aya remembers much of life before becoming a patient.
The thing is, above board, I don't have much in the way of history of the building proper in the
Okay,
module. I would
that's
have to
fair.
come up with it off the top of the dome.
That's fair.
But while you're talking, you hear a commotion from the patients by the puzzles. A red-winged patient starts convulsing. Orderlies come to lay him on his side. But the convulsions and seizures get worse. His eyes dart from one corner to another in rapid succession, and then blood begins to flow from them, oozing stitches from the head procedure. Spurt a purple pus that morphs into a sucking fungal leech growing out of his head. His muscles darken and contort into new shapes as his whole frame changes into something monstrous. The creature swipes back at an orderly, smashing her against the wall, slumped over, dead, as I bring you to the rec room where the chaos is happening. And I need to change the
Uh-oh.
music. Oh, and let me show you what you're dealing with. That.
What the fuck?
And you probably guessed, time to roll initiative. The reason that there aren't 13 patients, yourselves included here, is simply because I'm... Like, each patient is one of the pre-made sheets that I gave you guys. And instead of running every single different character there, we're just going to say they ran out of the room in the distraction, and you guys now have to make your escape as well. Oh, I never hit the Solitude Heights encounter. There we go. New song. All right. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. I believe that is everyone. And first on the list here is Anat Putalin. Horrifying monstrosity just popped out of this guy's head. And he's throwing orderlies around. The door out of here is over there. Hold on, let me make it clear for chat. Right here. That's the escape room. Escaping this room.
Anita looks at the group. You guys make it to the door. I'll cover you. And she has like a wicked grin as she stares at the monster. She wants to know what makes it tick and how it works. And so she makes her way over towards it. And she's going to punch it. Well, kind of like stab it with her fingers. 17 hit.
Yeah, that hits.
6 bludgeoning. And I will also like to use a key point
Okay.
to use Temporal Zealot Psychic Blade. Immediately following your attack, a long pointed blade made of blue crackling energy slices through the target creature. A creature takes an identical unarmed melee attack as lightning damage. If the creature is killed by this attack, you regain 1 hit point.
Okay. Roll that attack.
Oh, it says the identical.
Oh, okay. Identical unarmed melee attack is lightning damage. So he takes 6 additional lightning damage then?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That did not kill him. I know. Very surprising considering it was the first hit, but yeah. Okay, let me take a look-see here. Does he have... No, that's... And then that's stage... Okay. That will bring us to the 2 orderlies that are still alive in here who are going to rush over and try to subdue...
No bonus action.
Oh, never mind. take your bonus action. Yoop.
I'm gonna use one key point to do patient defense to use dodge action.
Okay. Alright, and now the orderlies are going to try and rush in to subdue this patient. Yeah, if he goes, like, to right there, he can try to block the way out from this creature, and they'll try to... I think one will try to grapple while the other tries to, grab a syringe and sedate him. Alright, that is 14 versus the patient. Haha, yeah, that's not happening.
Oh,
So the other one is going to try and stab at it with a syringe. Okay, 18 hits. So he's going to take 2 piercing damage. And they're going to try and sedate him with calm emotions. And let's see. What is the roll for that? It is a charisma saving throw. To try and calm him down a bit. Not very charismatic, this eldritch horror, go figure. But that's a natural 20. So it is not sedated as it tries to struggle off. It pulls out the syringe and throws it to the ground, shattering it. As it lets out a... Aya?
I will use... How does this work?
Remember I said get to the door.
I am going to come up a little closer
Okay.
to one of the
Orderlies?
how far am I?
I mean, to the door specifically, you're 40 feet away, so you would have to dash to it.
I go over here and with the person mutating, I ignore the person mutating and try putting one of the orderlies to sleep.
Okay. Let me see. Okay, so the way the sleep spell works, that is 90 feet, sends creatures into a magical... creatures 20 feet within 20 feet of a point of your choice within range. So I guess that would just be... You're placing it like...
Let me switch it to...
Would it be like there? Because that unfortunately will hit you as well. It is 20 radius, right?
No, just 20 feet, so it's a 4x4.
Oh, okay.
Like a 4 area.
Okay, so let me grab...
Okay, so then like here?
So no, it'd be 4x4. Nope, that's not what I wanted. I wanted this square.
The square?
So 1, 2, 3, 4 by 1, 2, 3, 4. So this square that I just made is a 20-foot square.
Ah.
If you like placed it, well, if we can place it into a wall too, if you place it like right here, that'll be on all of the orderlies and also this patient. And then you need to roll 5d8s. And if you get that many hit points of people down, they go to sleep. So it'll be... Okay, so that's 24. So both orderlies are now unconscious. The monster isn't, though.
No.
It shakes the drowsiness out, and now those orderlies that were kind of trying to fight it back are no longer an issue. You got them.
Mm.
Anything else?
That will be my turn as I run a little bit further toward the door.
Okay. How much farther? Where are you?
Is I was
It was
I
15
moved
feet.
15
So you have an additional 15 to move.
and I move.
Right. I'm gonna say, let me take a look, see here. Okay. So, technically speaking, this isn't a legendary action, air quotes, but there's stages to this fight. So before he takes his, like, actual turn, he's going to try and grab at our monk here. Let's see, it is a DC 10 strength, +1 for every attempt you make, if you fail. Actually, no, wait. I guess every time he attempts it, the DC goes up. So, try to make a strength save. Okay, 18. He tries to grab you and throw you, but you manage to dodge out of the way. Because you're still dodgy. And now it is time for his actual turn. Let's see. At the beginning of his turn, every creature within a 15-foot radius needs to make a dex save. On a failed save, take 1d8 bludgeoning damage. So, let's do this. Do. So that'd be Eppo. And Anat. I think... Well, the orderlies are asleep, so they would just automatically fail this. Let's see if they die while in their sleep. Is 1d8. Okay, so Eppo, you're taking 7 bludgeoning damage. Is it half on a... Failed save takes 1d8, and you're knocked back 5 feet. On a successful save, you take no damage, and you're not knocked back. So, Eppo gets knocked back. Yep. From there. And that was not his actual action. That's just the thing that activates at the very start of his turn. His body is mutating in real time. And, like, a bit of purplish flesh launched out and hit the... tried to hit some of you. Succeeded on others. Right. And now we do his actual action. He lets out an ear-piercing scream as he's being torn between two realities. Everyone in this room needs to make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, you're going to start hallucinating.
Ah.
18.
Everyone except for Annette. So, let's go into the weird realm, shall we?
Oh, thank God.
Alright, let's start with, we'll go into sort of clockwise motion, starting with Aya. Let me grab the handy-dandy, horrifying hallucination tree. You are lurched into a smoky void. Before you stands the form of the good doctor, but something is wrong. As if pulled from the ocean floor, the good doctor begins to bloat into a bluish corpse, spitting up water filled with pieces of coral and sea life. Each piece is a deadly toxin, spewing death. He appears to be trying to come at you as this poisonous coral and water gushes out of his body. And next would be Eppo.
So we take 5 damage, right?
No, you don't take damage.
I take 5 damage.
Yes, you take the 5 damage. You're currently in the hallucination, and while you're gonna keep trying to make saves to get out of it. And every time you fail, you're gonna... Like, it doesn't specifically say here, but how I'm reading it is because it's trying to fight you in this hallucination, you're gonna take psychic damage while in the hallucination. If you don't make the save. Or you could actively fight the thing instead of trying to make the save, and if you do a certain threshold of damage, you'll escape. So the choice is yours when it gets to your turn. If you want to fight the good doctor, or if you want to try and make the DC 16 con save. But next was Eppo. Eppo, you see, as you're in this smoky void, the good doctor, as he dissolves into shadows of flame, pulling light in instead of exuding it. The creature spreads throughout the space, burning surroundings as black sparks fly from one corner to the next. And our rogue. The good doctor becomes a shadow to Rakev, taunting and smiling but distorted and consumed with otherworldly abilities. His dark face becomes inky blackness, contrasting his condescending smile. He pulls puppet strings that ties to the minds of the other patients in the room. You see them all in a dark void alongside you, unsure what they are seeing, if it is the same thing you are. But that's his turn, bringing us to Eppo. Your version of the doctor is in front of you. Do you want to try and make the saving throw to get out, or do you want to try and fight this horrifying visage in front of you?
Like, I'll be directly in front, more or less.
Yeah. I don't have a proper token for each horrifying version of the doctor, but for all intents and purposes, it's basically right in front of you.
I think Eppo's going to, like, fight. But upon, like, seeing this darkness and fire, you just hear him just start laughing and laughing and laughing. Endless horizons are converging in on themselves. The singularity. All going towards an event horizon. Millions and millions of eyes and fire and darkness and firebolt.
Right. Alright, that doesn't give me a proper armor class, so let me take a look-see. I caught an hallucination
I'm pretty
until
sure
the
all of us is 11.
deal D8 or I'm going to be nice and say that hits, as they have not given me a proper armor class, just that you need to do a certain threshold of damage. Okay. And
3.
also, for intents and purposes, these orderlies are not here. I'm using them as a placeholder for your shadow creature. But you have now done 3.
And as I do that, a funny thing, look for a wall of text. The event horizon happens.
Okay.
Whenever you make a successful ranged spell attack that deals fire, bludgeoning, or force, you create proficiency bonus number of pocket singularities surrounding the creature. So he gets 2 little dots. They're controllable. Well, I can control them until they are depleted. I get a maximum amount, but as a bonus action, I can deplete them to deal additional damage.
Okay. Let's see.
So
we'll say they are
he's going to take
red.
He's going to take 2d4, since I created 2 upon hitting him, 2d4 force damage.
Okay.
So he takes an additional 4 force damage as Eppo's in his own mind just watching this horizon and fire and darkness just collapse in on itself as you just hear him maniacally laughing.
And to Annette, Eppo is just sort of laughing. There's nothing in front of him from your vision. It's just he's laughing and attacked the air. And is that it for Eppo?
I think, I think in his madness he's gonna run towards the horizon, but he's in a hallucination, so I don't know how much movement I actually do.
Yeah, I would say you have your full movement, but you're surrounded by black flames that eat everything, so it is up to you if you're gonna try and make your way through that or not.
I think, I would just move to 30 feet. I don't know if this, because the shadow is incorporeal or not, so I just, he's just running across the room.
Okay.
But in his mind, he's just running
go.
towards the horizon.
And the creature turns towards you. Its flames licking around, trying to grab at you. It's weird. They're hands that are trying to touch you, made of pure fire. But I believe that would be Eppo, bringing us to Rakev.
Alright, I'm gonna do the most anime thing you've ever heard of. So Rakev is going to just look at this creature in front of him. For the sake of this, let's just say Rakev has glasses on. He's going to do the whole anime adjust glasses thing. Pulls out the pen that he has, clicks it, and I'm just gonna stab this motherfucker with the pen.
Okay, we'll treat it like it's a dagger.
Alright, so let me do this real quick.
And you know what they say, the pen is mightier than the sword. Let's see how that plays. Yeah, 7's not gonna cut it. You try and stab at this shadowy creature ahead of you, and it seems to go through, but not quite do any damage. As he once again condescendingly smiles. That's true. Oh, shoot. Accidentally dropped my d20. Let's see what you won. For your natural one. Well, that works too. I accidentally rolled it across the table instead of in my tray. Where is... There you are, fumble chart. And that was... I'm just gonna say that misses, because it doesn't make sense in the scenario that you're currently in. I rolled an 11 that you go deaf, but... unclear how exactly that would play out.
Well, that's pretty much my turn.
Alright, bring us back to Annette.
It's going to punch. Does an 11 hit?
It does not.
Bonus action, offhand punch.
That's also not gonna hit. And, as you go and try and punch it for a second time, it retaliates, one of its limbs mutating in front of you and just cracks at your leg. Your movement speed is now halved. You have disadvantage on ability checks that rely on dex and dex saving throws. You can't jump or take the dash action for 24 hours.
Oh no.
Unless, of course, someone were to heal you with magic, but don't have a lot of healers in this group. But you are in a hospital, so maybe you can find something.
I ain't my turn.
Right, that would bring us to the orderlies, and let me look at sleep real quick.
Because they took damage from that like little like burst, right?
No, it doesn't. If they pass it, they take the damage. If they didn't,
Well,
Yeah,
not that one. But like what? There was one where it's like a bludgeoning damage that pushed people back.
let
Yeah,
me
the earlier
see.
one
Oh yeah,
would
the
cause them
explosive
to-
thrash, which they would have automatically failed, and I forgot to roll the damage for it. Okay, so let's see if they're even alive. Because, like, this could theoretically kill them. Okay, nope, they just take 4 and 1 damage as they wake up. What? They look at you, seemingly fighting this thing. Go to your rooms. We'll take care of this. We gotta get more orderlies in here. Just go back to your rooms. We will deal with this. And they will, now that they have woken up, they're going to try to syringe this, and this time they're going to try for sleep. So that would hit. And the other guy's also going to try. Okay, they both hit. So that's 4 damage. And they're going with the sleep option this time. But since it's 2, it's going to be a higher DC, although it's sleep, so it's just roll the damage and see if it knocks it out. And let's see, that's 5d8s. And then another. So that'd be 31, which is not enough to take it down. It looks like it's a little sluggish at the moment, but it's still convulsing and fighting them. And that would bring us to Aya, battling the good doctor, bloated and vomiting coral, venomous, poisonous coral at you. What do?
I will poison spray and try running around the guy.
Alright, so that would be 4 damage. Since I don't have a stat block, we're just going to say that you shoot poison through it. It does look like it affected him somehow, but he's still there in your vision as you try to run around as the room's filling with water coming out of his mouth, and you slosh over to the door if that is your choice.
Yeah. I don't know, would I be able to get to the door properly,
So,
even with this?
IRL, well, in universe, you would be at the door, but you wouldn't be able to see the door as you're in this shadowy void. So you would
Okay.
move over there, but not be aware of the doors actually being there, as this creature is here and still coming after you. And that will bring us to the Berserk Patient, which I'll also take as the creature, all of you in the void space getting attacked by your various shadow forms. And let me see. The sorcerer one was the shadow flames. And roll the con saves, all of you that are in range in the shadowscape, to see if you take the damage that they attack you with. Okay, Eppo is fine. I, on the other hand, you will be taking... Okay, only one psychic damage. In your instance, feels like poison. And we need Rakev.
What am I rolling? Sorry.
You're rolling a
Con.
con save to see if you get affected by the madness.
19.
19, you're fine. You don't take that damage.
Get down to sickness.
All right, let's see. You have done the most damage out of anyone to this thing, so it's going to lash out a horrifying limb thing at you. Anat, 21's gonna hit you for
Yeah.
10 damage.
That's a lot of our health.
It sure is. It's almost
We're
like the
only
safe...
level 3.
Yeah, it's almost like this encounter was supposed to be run away from, but here we are.
I
Eppo?
told you to run away.
You did. You did. And I mean, you got to use your abilities, and that was really cool. And if the orderlies were able to, like, maybe subdue it a bit more, could have gone better. But the dice were not kind.
Second, first same as the first. Laughing at the singularity. I crit it
Yeah, that's gonna hit.
for 14 damage.
And as you blast him with this massive gout of fire, the shadowy reality and the shadow flames fade away, and you find yourself back in the room that you were originally in.
Alright. And with the 2 singularities I got created from there, they can move up to 10 feet. 10 feet from this spot can make it a little closer towards the
One there.
berserk creature.
Okay. Okay, and we'll put them both there.
Yep. And I'm going to detonate them on the creature. So it takes 6 force damage.
Okay. It lets out another roar, but thankfully this one doesn't cause reality to break.
And just seeing all the panic, Eppo's just gonna shout, "Rakiv, I knew we had to get out of here." As 20 feet to get to the door and open it so we could escape.
All right. It would be an action to open the door, and you spent yours.
Then I just like run into the door, realizing it's a pull, not a push.
Yeah. Ah, no! That's the worst. Speaking
Yeah,
of...
I am my turn saying it's a pull door.
Speaking of Rakev, do you want to try for the con save, or do you want to fight this apparition in front of you?
Yeah, I'm gonna stab him again.
Okay, fair.
11.
We'll say that hits, because I had it hit last time, too.
It takes 5 piercing damage.
Okay.
And then... Special ability, Death Mark.
Okay, let's see.
So I now need to roll a d6.
Where is the death mark? Oh, the whole thing is death mark, and we roll a d6 to see what you've done. Got it. Let's see what he's won for getting stabbed.
He's won number 5. Putrid exhumation. Choose a point within 30 feet. The ground beneath rises and sees as a putrescent pool of death and decay. Each creature within a 10-foot radius sphere centered on that point takes a 1d8 necrotic damage at the start of their next turn. If a creature begins its turn within the pool, it takes another 1d8 necrotic damage. If a creature dies in this pool, you regain hit points equal to 1d8, which would be plus 1 per 2 rogue levels. So it would be 1d8 plus 1.
Okay. And I'm making that's the pool. You probably want to step out of the pool since you're in it. As you stab and just this ooze comes out of him.
Yep.
And again, to Anat's perspective, you see as Rakev stabs the air and then just ooze appears on the ground. It's been a weird day, to put it mildly.
Get out of there, buddy.
The net's working.
I don't know if these illusions have attacks of opportunity, but
I'm
that's
gonna
the thing.
say no, but it is going to turn around and try and get at you when it's its turn again. Okay, and is that it?
Yep.
Right, that'll bring us back to Nat. What do?
Disengaging.
Valid.
Being there.
And you have half your movement.
Yep, my movement's 40.
Okay. Right. That'll bring the orderlies who, they are obviously more concerned with the eldritch horror and trying to subdue this thing. As, one of them is going to help the other, and they're going to try and grapple this thing to keep it from moving. So that would be a 13. Yeah, that's not doing it. Okay. And you do hear some movement from outside. You get the feeling that orderlies are on their way from the stairwell to try and help with this situation, but currently you have your horrifying creature vomiting water and coral at you, and the door that you don't know is actually there.
Did I hear the call saying to run to the door?
I mean, that was before you went into the Shadowscape. So yeah, you would have heard that.
So nothing after entering the Shadowscape I could hear.
No, you were preoccupied with trying to escape this nightmare that's chasing you.
So if I use poison spray, I would be completely unaware that there is people around me that might get poisoned.
Like I said earlier, you do see the others with you in the Shadowscape. Like your fellow patients, you do see them. And you see the horrifying visage that's attacking you. But that is all you can properly see.
I'll do another poison spray then, because I don't think that does any problems.
Look. Extend your hand towards a creature you can see within range and project a puff of noxious gas. Let's make a con saving throw, take 1d12. And that
It's not an AoE, but you just pick a target within your range to
Okay.
hit with it.
And
Yeah.
that is enough to take down your shadow monster. As the good doctor, this bloated mess of a man, falls apart into water on the floor. You leave the shadowy, smoky area. There's no longer water on the floor. And you now notice you're near the door. You can't open it on this turn, but thankfully you're back to reality.
Hmm.
And that will bring us once again to our berserk patient who is going to lash out at the orderlies. Yeah, that hits. And down goes the first orderly as he gets ripped asunder. Blood and gore all over the floor. A mangled mess of what was once a man. But that's at least it for his turn, Eppo. You can open that door.
Yep. Opening that door.
Did the visions get a turn already or no?
Oh, right. I forgot. I didn't take the one that's still here's turn. So he's going to do. And I need the con save.
Before that,
Oh, right.
he takes the 2d8 necrotic damage.
True, because he's starting his turn in it.
Which hopefully should be enough before it can to kill it before it gets to you.
Yeah, unless you roll like snake eyes or something. But we shall see.
6 damage.
Oh yeah, that's more than enough to wipe him out. He had 3 left. As he tries to reach out for you, this inky black mess just collapses into the mess you've made on the floor as well, becoming one with it, and reality, you snap back to reality and see the situation has changed since you were last here. There's an additional dead guard. Anat is looking really rough. Some of your friends have managed to get to the door, so that's good. Now it's Eppo's turn.
Alright. Open up the door. Just seeing the person orderly get like ripped in half, just a blood-curdling scream as he's terrified.
Yeah, fair. And
Run 20 feet.
So for point of reference, dining hall's over here, the kitchen over here, and the stairwells downstairs over there. Like I said, you do hear some commotion as people are running up the stairs to deal with the threat in there.
Where to go? Where to go? Where to go? Where were we supposed to go?
You were going to go down to the first floor, which the orderlies might not even stop you because they want you to go back to your rooms, which are on the first floor. So you could just feign that you're doing exactly as you're told without too much of a issue from them.
I'm just going to take my turn to dash, go down the stairs. Just shouting to everyone behind, like, the stairs over here, we gotta go, gotta go.
All right. And sure enough, as you're making your way down the stairs, you notice that orderlies are coming up the stairs. On the orderlies' next turn, they will arrive to try and help with this situation. But, Rakev, it is your go. The door is open. Chaco.
All right. Cunning action dash.
Yeah, makes sense.
I'm gonna just stand here.
All right. And that will bring us to Anat.
It's here. And it's my turn because I can't dash.
Okay. That brings us to the orderlies who are beginning to file into the room. They're going to dash. That's... There's a lot of them coming in. They do the same thing as the other orderlies, shouting, go back to your rooms. We'll take care of the situation in there. Just go back to your rooms and wait for your evening treatment. And that will be... Since none of them can really get up to the individual... These orderlies are once again gonna, in vain, this one man is trying to grapple this eldritch horror as best he can. Oh, buddy. You certainly tried. I'll give you that, but that was once again a failure as he gets knocked against the wall. It's your move. However, at this point in the combat, since the orderlies are here to try and subdue this creature, we'll say that combat has ended and you can get the fuck out of here. Because I don't imagine you would want to stay in this room at this point. Am I correct or no?
No.
We go on as soon as we can.
All right. Then let us grab all your tokens as I take you down to the first floor. And paste. We'll do this, that, and... Oh, is this... Did I not set up the lighting in this room? No, I did. Okay. Right, and let us go down to the first floor. Oh, it's showing you literally everything. I don't know why it's doing that. I set up the lighting for this floor.
We saw nothing.
Yeah, I don't know why it's doing this. I know for a fact that I set up the... Oh, hold on. That's why. But I need to set up the actual lights in here. Give me just a second. Because this should be in daylight mode. There we go. Now you should be able to see.
Above board, what exactly happened?
You ran downstairs, and it's
No, I meant with the room situation. What exactly happened?
So dynamic lighting was not turned on. I had set up all the walls and everything, but didn't turn dynamic lighting on, so that's why the whole thing was revealed.
Ah, okay.
But let me zoom out a little bit so chat can see the whole thing here. There are countless rooms for each of the patients here. Above board, specifically 113. I counted. While painstakingly making them. Oh yeah, I didn't mention that. I made the map from the last area using the dungeon scrawl thing on Roll20. I did not put furniture on this floor because I made 113 different patient rooms and I was exhausted after that. But there will be furniture and stuff in the room, just it's implied. You would know, just from, basically living here, to the left and to the right here are the different wards. We'll say that the one on the left is the red, this one's the green. Yours are down here, all the way near the south, near the lobby entrance, is where the purple ward is. And this door right here, at the very end of the hallway, leads to the lobby. And I need you all to make stealth checks now, by the by, because now you are trying to remain undetected as you make your way through and try to get a feel for the situation here.
You want me to make a stealth check?
Yes. Everyone needs to make a stealth check.
Did better than me.
Okay. I thought I was gonna get like the worst one, but that's actually...
Okay, and that's doing fine. We'll deal with Eppo's situation after the fact. But I need Chaco to make a stealth check. Okay, so
25.
everyone but Eppo is fine. So I'm gonna move you all. We're gonna say you're like ducking into the shadows between like the wards as you're moving along. And Eppo, you try to do the same as your friends here, but you accidentally slip and fall, and it makes a pretty loud noise as one of the orderlies comes from upstairs. He goes, "You're not supposed to... I'm going to take you back to your cell. We have a lockdown situation going on. We need to take you back to your room." And unfortunately, until we hit the next story beat, Eppo is going to be out of commission. from that failure. For intents and purposes, he is in his room until the treatment happens. You might be able to save him before
How far
that.
away was he when he slipped?
Right by the stairs up there. But the orderly did not see
Can I do
any of
something
you.
potentially stupid?
Depends what it is.
As the guard, one of the orderlies goes to grab Eppo, I'm gonna basically just like I'm quickly just gonna whip around the corner and just chuck my pen at him.
Okay. I guess roll the dagger attack.
And
Oh,
this would technically be thrown.
yeah. And I mean, you are a rogue. This would technically be a sneak attack. Are you trying to kill him?
No.
Okay. Just sort of disable him. Alright, so
Mhm.
we'll say you're not
That's a
throwing it to
21.
pierce. That will absolutely hit.
Oh, that's 5 piercing.
Okay, 5. And like I said, you were in stealth, hidden. So this counts as a sneak attack.
That's 7 damage for the sneak attack.
Alright, he's out. But now there is an orderly on the ground that you're gonna have to deal with.
And Rakev is just going to look at Eppo and just do a come on, look.
I'm gonna grab the body and drag it with us to try to chuck in a room.
Okay, so
mean,
all of the
we're-
rooms are locked, but he does have keys, so you could just take his
Yep.
keys, open one, and throw him in.
Yeah, let's take what's on him. If he has keys, what else has this guy got?
Let's see, he's got his syringe that is filled with, you're not sure what, but a solution, and I'll roll at random what that solution is. It can either be a sedative or a tranquilizer. Basically how I
Good, and
designed
that-
the syringe, it either casts calm emotions or sleep, with a DC 15.
Gotta hand that to our good, smart fellow Rakev.
This pockets it.
Okay.
Thank you.
We'll say you threw him in this one. You will need to make another stealth check, however, because that was a lot of commotion.
11.
Ooh. Okay. Not's doing alright. And that was... we need one from Aya. Yeah. Oh, there you go.
Oh,
Okay.
I forgot. I muted myself for a second.
No worries.
I'm like,
That
a stealth, and I'm like, wait,
so
and then you didn't respond, and then you're like, yeah, and I'm like, oh, I was muted.
Do I fail again, Draco?
so everyone except for Anat fails, who I'm gonna say like goes deeper into the shadows here, as a bunch of orderlies come from the lobby and find all of you. Unfortunately, that means only Anat is going to be able to do proper exploration as the rest of you are taken to your rooms. I only have 2 here, but it's more than 2, obviously. It's enough to be a problem that you wouldn't be able to fight back at this juncture.
I say not even like a 78 worth of HP would be able to resolve, potentially.
I mean... 78s.
Because I have sleep and I can upcast it to level 2, which will be 78.
I'm gonna say... There's 8 guards, potentially sleep could work. But if it doesn't work, they are going to detain you. Like, forcefully at that point, because you tried to cast at them.
Slips into the shadows. White shadow.
What do you think, people? Do you think I should try to
Cast
help
cast it.
Amariat?
Cast it. Cast
I,
it.
I say not to, just because we might need your spell slots.
All right.
That is a good point. And I mean, like, they aren't going to hurt you. They're just going to bring you back to your room, but you know the situation after that.
Can I just slide a hand real quick to hide the syringe that I have?
Oh, absolutely. And I'll look at their passive perception to see if...
15.
Oh yeah, no, none of them notice that you've hidden this syringe.
Question. Who has the keys?
I'm going to say it was Eppo, because he's the one who threw that guy into the cell.
Should I roll
Okay.
a sleight of hand as well?
Yeah. Okay,
Oh, how did I get there?
they do find the keys. It's just barely too low. It's like, how did you get these? All right, we're going to need to look around and see where the owner of these keys are, but we need to take you to your rooms first.
There's a lot of panicking going on upstairs. Saw people die. It was awful, dude. I'm sorry.
All right, son, it's okay. We're going to just bring you back to your rooms, and then you'll have your evening treatments. It's going to be okay. We'll do that. And that just leaves Anat as our sole survivor here.
Can I do something stupid again?
Sure, what is it?
So once we're put back in our rooms, what's the proximity of our rooms with each other?
They're relatively close by to each other. Like, I'm gonna move y'all
So,
down this hallway. And, like,
So in theory, if I were to wait until all the guards aren't looking my way, right before the guy tries to put me in a cell, stab him with a syringe.
okay. I mean, you theoretically could do that. So, it would only be one of them you hit with the syringe, though. So, the others will react after that and try to wrestle you to the ground.
Then I will not attempt to stab with the syringe. The idea in my head was if the cells were isolated enough and I got the time for the distraction, I would just stab the dude, throw him in my room, and then sneak off.
Yeah, but unfortunately, like, they are aware they need to take you back to your cells. There's a situation going on at the moment. They are not going to take the chance of going into your room with you and you alone. But, eventually, the orderlies disperse. They try to help out with the situation unfolding upstairs. And Danette, you are alone. But no one has noticed you yet. You can take your time to try and get some intel.
They say that it was in the office for the blueprints, correct?
Yeah, it would be in the staff room, specifically,
Uh.
which you have to go through the lobby to get to.
And this is where everybody else is down here, right?
Yeah. You would know that your room is also down there in that section, because that's the purple ward.
I'm going to head down that way.
Okay.
I'm gonna look for the first person I can see.
That would be right here. That's Eppo's room. You've seen people come in and out of these rooms enough times for breakfast that you know which rooms are your friends.
I will pull out the sewing needle and try to pick the lock.
Okay. I'm going to say roll sleight of hand with disadvantage because you only have the sewing needle.
That's still possible.
And so that was a 9. Unfortunately, that's not enough. You feel like the needle might not be big enough. You're not sure, of course, but that's the vibe you're getting from that first failure. I just realized I didn't need to give you disadvantage because it's just the needle. You have disadvantage from the leg muscle rupture. Disadvantage on ability checks that rely on dex, and this is a dexy ability. And it's going to take a while to do that, so I'm going to say roll one more stealth check. Okay, yeah. Unfortunately, once again, 2 people this time come out of the lobby and they put you in your room unless you want to try and resist at this point.
Do I want to be difficult?
I will say this above game, the dice are not being kind to you tonight.
They're not. At the beginning they were, but now, no.
You're like, no, it's time for you to wait in your room.
Guys, tell a story.
Yeah.
You know what? I won't resist, because I'm already fucked up as it is.
Yeah. Alright, they put you in your room, and I have good news for you at the very least. Until the next story beat, you all get a long rest. That's not, like, 24 hours, so unfortunately, Anat still has the, well, I would say he has that, but I feel like because they would notice that you are injured that way, they would probably have the means to help fix your leg. Like, they're not just going to throw you in your cell with a bum leg and go, well, good luck. That would be silly. So you don't have to worry about the ruptured leg anymore. They gave you, like, they bandaged it up for you. You are fine. So that was the good news. Now for the bad news. Your cell has filled with this sort of gas, and you entered the sleep state, which is why all of you are, in fact, unconscious and getting the long rest in the first place. Then, tokens. Let me make sure everybody is... And I'm going to bring you down to the basement, as it is unfortunately time for treatment. Okay. And I will
Don't worry,
describe...
we got this.
Let's see. So I will describe 2 things as we get down to the basement. First, the basement proper. It is dimly lit down here, so it's a little hard to see. Oh, I forgot to bring her in. Whoops. You look around, and from what you can tell, it seems all 13 of the purple ward patients have been captured and brought down here. But an additional person that you would not expect to be here is Nurse Casey, who, half-elven woman. You remember from the note that you got from Nurse Kanara that she might be able to help you, but it seems unfortunately she's been wrapped up into this as well. The basement treatment room is filled with restraining chairs that recline backwards. The vials and tubes on the trays next to the chairs are filled with sickly fungal substance that writhes and moves about inside the glass. It appears that this is the injected substance that induces the vision. On one of the tables is an open treatment log with records up to today's date, December 13th. Unfortunately, with you fixed to the chair, you can't properly read that. All 13 of you partially awaken from your sedation. You catch a glimpse of what's happening in a hazy stupor. You're strapped into the treatment chairs in the basement. An IV is hooked up to your arm and is pumping writhing fungal fluid into your bodies. On one chair, sitting and not strapped in, is Dr. Casey. By the way, it's not Casey like the name, it's letter K, letter C, so it's an abbreviation for something. What? They don't give me that information. Apparently receiving the same injection as all of you, her son John stands next to her and holds her hand. She attempts a brave face to reassure him, but the child appears more curious than afraid. The good doctor puts his hand on John's shoulder with a familial affection. He oversees each injection with a condescending disappointment in your futile attempts to escape. As the sickly substance creeps into your veins, the scene blurs into oblivion, and reality changes around you. You awaken immediately as if you had never slept. The world inverts in on itself, distorting to an oppressive new atmosphere. The lighting in the room seems desaturated, with a sickly purple hue. Something is off about this place. The walls seem translucent to a mystic darkness beyond. There are no doctors, no nurses, or orderlies. The room is deathly quiet, and Dr. Casey's chair is empty. You're not restrained in your chairs, so you actually are free to move around at this time. Let me change the lighting ever so slightly. Can I make a color light? No, dang.
Can I attempt to cast a spell right now, Draco? Since it's dark.
Sure.
I can walk and see, so...
Yep. Okay, light. What are you casting the light spell on?
Could I pull out my comb?
Alright. The comb of
Kind of
light.
put the light on it? Yep, and just put the comb in my hair.
Okay. And I will give you... Light gives you 20 by 20, yes. So let's do bright light. 20 by 20. There we go, that's much better. The other patients
Just
also... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Just stumble out of the chair, just kind of like trying to gather the other three around, just like, are you okay? What's going on?
It's again the old man from before, the prophet amongst you, the sage, Sursum. I'm afraid the 13th hour has struck. We're doomed. We can try to survive as best we can, but I fear that this is the worst case scenario. You hear someone from around the corner over here mention there's surgical tools in this area that could be used as weapons to defend yourselves. It's better than nothing.
I'm gonna pat myself down real quick. Do I still have that syringe?
You do, actually. And I'm going to show you this little chart. Surgical weapons. These are all the things that you find in that area. Choose whatever you would like. You are if you're proficient in like certain things, you'd be proficient in these. Like if you're proficient with the crossbow, obviously you're proficient with the crude surgical tube crossbow. The nightstick is basically a club, scalpel, a dagger, etc., etc. I think the greater amputation saw would probably be a bit much for Rakev, but I think you could use the nightstick, the scalpel, the kettle saw.
Could I use the tube crossbow?
Yeah, I would say so. I'd say the tube crossbow is a hand crossbow. And it uses
Can I pick
empty
that up in
syringes as the ammunition, which are also obviously here for you to take and fill.
Which
I-
one counts as simple weapons?
It'll be the nightstick and scalpels, because that's like a club and a dagger, right?
Yeah. Let me find the list of simple weapons to see what matches. I'm not exactly sure what the cold iron shackles would be. Maybe they're a great club?
Probably, yeah. It'd be like a great club, or like a warhammer.
Yeah, that
All
makes
the amputation saw is probably like a great sword,
Yeah.
heavy weapon.
Oops, not simple. Simple. Weapons. 5E. Okay. That's clubs, maces. Where are you? Not melee. Not. Why is it so hard for me to find this list? There we go. Now I found it. So that's clubs, daggers, great clubs, hand axe, javelin, light mace, mace, hammer, quarterstaff, sickle. So yeah, for simple weapons, simple melee would be the nightstick, the scalpel. Would the kettle saw count? That's 1d6 slashing. Yeah, that'd basically be a hand axe. So the kettle saw would be viable. The great club also is a simple melee weapon. It's the cold iron shackles. And the greater amputation saw is 2d6s, which I'm pretty sure is in fact, yeah, a great sword. So that one would not be a simple weapon. So everything but the greater amputation saw you could use, yeah.
I'm taking the nightstick. We use them as some tofas.
And obviously, shoulder sling is a sling. The crossbow is, like, it's interesting. You use surgical tubes to make, like, the sort of elastic to fire the syringes. But feel free to add those to your sheet. You will probably need them. Well,
So you said specifically the amputation saw is not something that I'd be proficient in?
yeah, the greater amputation saw is something you would not be proficient in, unless you're proficient in martial weapons.
No. Kettle saw. I'll take the kettle saw if no one else is taking it.
Alright. That would be, if you want to just grab it from the compendium, that's basically the hand axe.
Okay.
Which means it is, it does 1d6 slashing damage, and it can be thrown from a range of 20 feet, at disadvantage 60 feet. But you would, of course, have to pick it back up.
How much longer are we going tonight?
So we're nearing. There's probably one more combat encounter, and then it's extended cutscene. Would everyone be okay with that? Or do we want to end here?
I say in here because I gotta get up at 4 in the morning.
Oh, jeez.
Okay,
Why are
yeah.
you?
Alright, so. Alright.
There'll be a part 2 to this.
Yeah, there'll be a part 2.
You thought this was a one shot? Ha!
It's a 2-shot, actually,
ha,
it turns
ha.
out. You know what? I could
That's
set
fine.
up
It's a
the
perfect place to be.
I could set up at the very least the combat encounter that's happening, because it would happen basically after you all get your weapons and stuff.
set the scene to play us out.
Yeah. Right. So the other patients were here. I'm going to remove them from the map just so combat isn't crazy. So, you all get set up, and you know what? We'll leave one guy. He's going around this corner. And you begin to make your way towards the stairs, trying to find your way out. And as you round the corner, you see this horrifying monstrosity. Those who've played Bloodborne will probably recognize this creature, kind of. You see a creature of twisted horror crawling on all fours, with limbs twisted in all directions, bending with extra joints. The pitched squeal of its breathing hisses and eeks out into silence. Its large bulbous head is a mass of fleshy organs covered in hollow eye sockets, festering with black miasma. Tendrils of flesh extend, feeling out from its head and neck. The creature turns its head towards you and charges in with rabid, hobbling gait. And, that, unfortunately, is where we're going to end things. You'll have to deal with this monstrosity next time. Also, you may notice a striking similarity to the thing that was climbing out of that guy from earlier.
Yeah.
Yep.
Gonna be
We
real, I
understand.
thought it might have been related to who's gonna call it from the parasite guy from one of the pre-gens.
Oh, I
it's
see, yeah.
something.
You know what, I'm curious. Let me do this really quick. Wait, I thought I did. Why is it not? Damn it. No, that's just backspace. But let's start going around the horn. Hoshi, since you need to go, where can people find you?
Hello, everybody. I'm Rob. You can find me on social media as Royal Hoshi. Tuesdays, you can find me, Draco, and Chapelwick as we go through Boulder Gates 3 Honor Mode. As I forget what were we doing?
What?
Were we going to Anti-Ethel? If I remember right.
I think we were currently in the Goblin camp, and we had just
That's
killed
right, yeah.
Minthara.
Yeah, we were. Yeah.
Or more accurately, my dog accidentally killed Minthara.
Wednesdays, you can find me here playing in Crooked Moon as your favorite mother, Mary, as she has killed her own self. And that'd be it for me.
Who are you gonna pass it to?
Let's pass it to Chapo.
Hello, I'm Chuck Zombie 11. You can find me all over social medias, any form of Chuck Zombie 101. I stream on Twitch. Tuesdays you can usually find me, Hoshi, and Draco doing Baldur's Gate 3 Honor Mode. Wednesdays you can find me here doing either Crooked Moon, this, or Obajima or whatever is lined up for the week. And eventually you'll find me on twitch.tv /Twitch the person at some point for this year to once again be on Power Rangers Cyber Strike, our Power Rangers Tabletop RPG campaign.
And, Hutu.
I'll send it to Broaden.
Hello. You can find me. You can mainly just find me here on Wednesdays. I don't do anything else besides this. You can find us next week as we hopefully return to Crooked Moon and I get to play everyone's favorite little puppet. I'm looking forward to that, but I'm also looking forward to this. I love Bloodborne a lot, and we've entered the Hunter's Dream, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Rather, I think we're in the Cathedral Ward. I think that's more accurate.
Yeah, that's actually more accurate, considering you got injected and all to get here. You're basically a
Yep.
Bloodborne tutorial zone.
Hmm.
And I forget what the creature's name is, but this is like the thing when you get enough insight is hanging on to the buildings.
The amygdalas.
That's right, amygdalas.
Yep. And that's our first introduction, so that's gonna be fun.
Hmm.
But I'm just looking forward to coming back into form and just playing games in general. I'll just pass it down to Yelling as I gotta head out myself.
Okay. Yellow. I go by Yellow Telemelo. I do art normally, and I have been doing all the tokens that you see. The tokens for the players, and also the little name tag thingamajigs for us as well. I also tend to I also am
Words.
words. I am also a player in Crooked Moon. And Draco can probably fill in the rest of our like stuff that we do together. So
It's true. And, of course, you've already found me here. I stream Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday... no, I'm sorry. Scratch that. I stream Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and I join Yelling on Friday. Monday is Persona 3 Reload, where we've got, I think it was 22 days left before the next full moon.
22. Sorry, I couldn't help myself.
Okay. And we're still prepping, trying to get some information out of Chihiro, but that's slow going. Tuesdays, you can catch me, Chaco and Hoshi, as previously mentioned, doing Baldur's Gate. Wednesday, you can find our heroes here for Crooked Moon. And perhaps someday we'll come back to this one shot to finish it off. Fridays, you can catch me and Yelling over at their channel for Pokemon Scarlet as they go through the post-game. But with all of that said and done, how about we find someone to raid? And that is live with Dark Souls 3, which seems appropriate, all things considered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What should our raid message be?
That is a good question. Let's see. We could go with something like escape the